I'm not the firstborn, but somehow I became the one everyone depends on. At the moment, I don't even know where my life ends and theirs begin. 2 days later is from someone who is emotionally traumatized, and it goes, Dear Maud, I always thought that once I got a good job, my life would finally become easier. I didn't know it would be the beginning of something else. When I started working, everyone was happy, not just for me, but for what I could now do for the family. At first, it felt small, helping here, sending something there. My big sister wanted to start a business. I believed in her. I thought if she becomes stable, maybe we can finally share the responsibility. So I took a loan. I told myself it was an investment for all of us, but the business didn't last. And now I'm the one paying back the loan. Then my younger brother needed to go to university. I asked him to choose a school I could afford, something realistic, but he applied to a more expensive one and he got admission. When I said I couldn't afford it, my mom looked at me and said, Do you want to be the only literate in the family? That question stayed with me. Not because it made sense, but because it made me feel like I owed them everything. I'm 27. I have a good partner, someone who genuinely wants to marry me. When I told my family, everything changed. The attitude, the silence, the resistance. At first, I thought they believed I was rushing, since that was the response my mom gave me. But later, I realized the truth. It wasn't about timing. They were waiting for me to marry someone wealthy, someone who could change their family's situation. And that is when I started asking myself, am I a daughter or just the one everyone needs? Maud, I know something has to change, but I don't know how to go about it without hurting my family. They are the only one I have at the moment, and I don't want to lose them. But I want to do things for myself too. This letter remembers me of my own story. I have seen what it looks like when a child's future almost becomes a solution to the family problem. After I completed secondary school, someone came and said he wanted to marry me. I was then young, just 18 years. After secondary school, of course, it feels like you are now starting life. And at that moment, my family was going through a heavy financial difficulty. But when I heard that someone came to ask my hand in marriage, I had already made that strong decision. And I've made up my mind that no one can convince me to take this early journey. No matter what their decision is, my answer is going to be no. Even if I'm unable to go as a full-time to the university, I will work and do a part-time to take care of myself. So that evening, my mom called me and she asked me what I think about getting married at that moment. In fact, I asked her to go first because I wanted to know what she wanted for me. And my mom said, is this something I should even think about before making a decision? The man says he will help you to further your education, but no, we will do that. Your dad and I will make sure you continue your education. I will never forget that night. It was actually emotional for me because I felt safe and protected. Deep inside me, I knew my parents were not having money, and I don't know how they are going to do it. But what my mom told me was enough for me to keep going. I'm the first child of 8 children. You know that means most parents will take this advantage to push you into marriage just for the family benefit. Not every child is protected like this. One thing parents need to understand is that we are your responsibility. We are not something to be traded off. We are not something to fix your solution. Sometimes when responsibility becomes expectation, it stops feeling like love. If you have a story like this to share, the firstborn, even the second, third, lastborn, but you are the strong one in the family, you can send it to this email on the screen. Do not keep your story because you are not alone. And to the writer, love your family, but you should love yourself too. If their reason to be with the one you love is not valid, then they have no valid reason to make decision for you. I want you to know that you are doing your best, but your best shouldn't break you. Do what you can and don't forget yourself. Strong ones, have you ever felt this way before? Has your family ever put pressure on you, financially, physically, and even deciding for your marriage? Let's discuss this in the comment section. Remember to take care of yourself. Bye bye.